Okay, so I actually got a name, but I scared I say already I gonna flame in the comments below. I think all of you know quite bearish on a particular stock in our own private chat group lah. So I'm not too sure whether I should say that name, even though it has a very big following on
You have to.
YouTube lah. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Backholder Pod. Have been quite some time that we've came together again. So into the new year, just wanted to wish everybody a really happy 2025. And I just bought this new case from China. Hope everybody damn what for 2025. But anyway, anyhow, I think in this video specifically, let's talk. I guess it has been a yearly tradition for many of the finance related influencer to do a review of what we have predicted in 2024. And moving into the new year of 2025, we'll give you our new predictions. So if you allow me to share screen, okay, wait. Okay, so I believe everybody can see. So can see, right? Okay, can. Okay, so Kelvin has had the liberty to plot all of our predictions onto TradingView and to give you a quick snapshot of how our predictions have been. So let's first talk about our most bullish picks. So just to give you guys a quick refresher, these were the 4 things that we basically talked about at the start of the year last year. Nvidia was Bunti's most bullish pick, followed by Bitcoin, which is Kelvin's pick, and then I said Chinese tech and Eric said Microsoft. So maybe before we go into the following, any of you have any comments? Maybe we get the winner to comment a little. Bunti, why do you pick Nvidia and why were you so bullish about Nvidia in 2024?
Yeah, I think I remember my comment was that I didn't make that prediction based on what the company is doing, not based on the prospect of anything. It's just basically based on one indicator, which is the momentum. So I think Nvidia momentum started, I think they started maybe it's like in 2023, right? It's already going up, right? And then when talking about momentum specifically, I'm looking at like past 12 months returns. So just take that as the proxy. What it means is that, right, anything that goes up, right, have higher tendency to continue to go up, at least over the short term. This is not like 10 years prediction, right? This is just talking about like short-term predictions. So that's why, yeah, it turned out to be the right one. So momentum, I think this effect is quite pervasive.
So then following for that to Kelvin's point, for Bitcoin, why do you pick Bitcoin? And actually, how much do you earn from Bitcoin in
A
2020?
little bit only lah. So my thesis for Bitcoin was that the halving thing lah. So after the halving, historically, after the halving, the price of Bitcoin is expected to rise. But interestingly, after the halving, Bitcoin price didn't really rise. It was only after Trump got elected, then Bitcoin started shooting up at the end of the year lah. So yeah, so it's just 刚巧, accidentally predicted correctly. And then moving forward, yeah, then it's later. Yeah.
Actually, surprisingly, I think as the Bitcoin first runner-up last year, Yamil.
No, wait, what's Eric's price prediction for Bitcoin?
I think I said at the start of this year also, right? The first video that we did, I said it can hit 200k
by December lah.
Yep.
As in not hit in between, right? Not throughout the year, just hit 200, not counted you win. Must end at 200k in 2025.
And so don't know how.
That's how we do a 1-year projection. 200k. Okay. Then Kelvin?
Mine is actually Bitcoin, but I already taken, so I just take MicroStrategy. I think Bunti will reach quick. For MicroStrategy, I think it's the same thing. Not because I think it's a good stock. I think it's just another like momentum kind of thing where if Bitcoin does well, MicroStrategy will do well. So since I'm bullish on Bitcoin and I can't pick Bitcoin, then I'm bullish on MicroStrategy. As for the price prediction, I think it can, now it's 330, probably reach at least 500. Actually, 500 is quite easy. Maybe reach at least 600 by year end. By year end, okay, a bit different. By year end, maybe about, okay, I think it will hit about 600 somewhere in the middle of the year. Then end lower, about maybe 400 plus. Yeah, somewhere there.
Okay, Bunti?
Same methodology because the
Nvidia.
methodology works, right? So
Okay.
just go with Nvidia. And to supplement that, I think it's not just price again. So for those who followed this company, right, if you watch the latest CES announcement, there are still many things that this company is working on. See, for example, the new graphic card, okay, that one probably is small. I think the larger part is the AI initiatives, the stuff that they did. So for those who don't know, right, Nvidia, they just announced mini supercomputer that's supposed to sit on your desk. It's very small, but the the package, right, is like include everything, the software that NVIDIA has worked on. So I think that one is not for everyday peoples, but it's mostly for the researchers. For example, like you want to build some model, you want to have a supercomputer just for your R&D, just for your like create new stuff, right? Then after that, once you have your tool already, your model already, you want to deploy to the server, you can do it easily. So I think what they're trying to do is something similar to what the PC companies did in the past. They want to put a computer in every person's desk, right? And that one was the PC journey in a few decades ago. And now I think Jensen, he want to put this supercomputer in every desk on every desk. So I think that's quite exciting. I think that's the most exciting announcements come from the CES. Yeah. So I think NVIDIA
Price?
will continue to go up. Price, I don't want to give like specific. Okay, I give. I think it will be like, let's say, up another 30% this year. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Okay. For myself, of course, I Green Dragon. So I'll continue with the Chinese tech name 3067. Since Bunti say 30%, then I'll give 35%. So now it's trading at $9-ish. Let's say we end at 12 then. I mean, as a broad base, but of course, for those of you who have been following, I'm specifically more bullish on Baba and Tencent. But we'll just use Chinese tech as a proxy ETF. Okay, now let's move on to bearish. Bearish picks for 2025. Same sequence. Eric,
You all can go first.
go first. Oh, Kelvin?
I think Bunti can go first.
Alamak. Bunti?
Okay, I go first. So yeah, I'm quite busy with stuff, right? So I don't really like study a lot, like quite a number of companies. But the one that I still follow up very closely is semi industry. So NVIDIA was one of the semiconductor companies, right? Then out of semiconductor industry, right, I think the one that I'm most bearish on, which is a company that I bearish for many years already, is Intel. So I think what's new this year, right, for Intel is that I think they have quite a number of pivots in the past few years. The most recent one is that now it seems that they want to get up from the foundry business again. That's the new development because I think they realized that on their foundry business, they are not able to compete well. So there's a like last minute pivot again. I think this is stuff that is showing that the company is not doing well. So if you look at the stock price also, you can see that it's not doing well. And my prediction is that this kind of underperformance, right, will continue. At least it will underperform the entire semiconductor industry. That's my expectations. And then just build on whatever working well for NVIDIA, right, is the same reasons that is working badly for Intel. Because for companies that spend money on their IT infrastructure, right, if they think that buying GPU for NVIDIA is very important, they will continue to buy. And then those budget will go to NVIDIA GPU and not Intel CPU or server chips and so on, right? So I think that's, this kind of momentum going downwards, right, for Intel will continue. Do I need to give a price prediction? If yes, just put a negative 10%. I don't have a magic ball on that. Yeah.
Okay. Eric and Kelvin, if not, I go first.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, so I actually got a name, but I scared I say already I gonna flame in the comments below. I think all of you know quite bearish on a particular stock in our own private chat group. So I'm not too sure whether I should say that name, even though it has a very big following on
You have to.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Huh?
just say.
Just say lah.
I'm not as bullish as some. I'm not saying that I'm bearish on the company fundamentals. I think the company is a very interesting one, but I'm quite bearish on the valuations that it has traded in today. Of course, I'm not saying that it's a bubble because who knows
Palantir.
what the valuation would be. But yeah, I'm not as bullish on Palantir. So I think Palantir's price and the growth rate, I did have a pretty extensive discussion with Bunti about this and its rate of growth and how the revenue will explode to the upside. But at least for now, based on how I look at the trajectory, I don't see how it can grow into the valuations in the short term at least. So yeah, I also don't have a price prediction, but I'll just maybe put 25% below current prices. So yeah, I'm not as bullish on Palantir now. Eric or Kelvin?
Okay, so my top bearish name would be Honda. The rationale is because they are doing a merger with Nissan and potentially Mitsubishi. Yeah, so they are saying that when they merge, right, they'll become like the third largest automaker and all that fluff, right? But I was looking at their kind of prospect, right? It's not looking very good. That's why they are trying to merge to consolidate which was predicted by this guy called Stephen Mark Ryan for the longest time. So it's finally coming to pass. And I think they say the deal is expected to close by next year, August. So a 1.5 year drag with Nissan struggling. And yeah, so and even the shareholder, right, Renault, is say own 1/3 of Nissan, is like not really for this merger. So they are likely to sell out, which will put more pressure on the stock price. And then Honda somehow say that, oh, we will like do share buyback, which is even going to make the problem even worse, right? Like they're going down and then they're buying back their own shares in a struggling industry, and they are consolidating. So the merger is bad for the smaller companies, but the bigger company will be dragged down. So that's my thesis. So I don't see a very bright prospect for Honda particularly.
Yeah, I think that's a very good pick. I think all these automakers, they are facing a lot of competitions from Chinese companies. Yeah.
Okay, last one, Kelvin.
For me, actually, I want to pick Baba. Okay, hear me out. Okay, so when people see Baba, they see it as a undervalued stock, right? Then they compare Baba to, let's say, Amazon. Amazon, then they compare the PE ratio, say, oh, why would you buy Amazon? Amazon is overvalued, Baba is undervalued. So therefore, Baba is a better value pick. But when I see the revenue net income growth of Baba over these past 3 years, yes, not only didn't increase, yes, actually went down instead. It was because of China's economy not doing well. Is Baba still a good company? Of course, it's still a good company. But for 2025, I feel like the government has tried to do a lot. Maybe they haven't pulled out the whole stop yet. They're trying to do a stimulus to boost the economy. So far, it didn't seem to work. And 2025, with Trump coming in, I think China will face even more challenge as compared to like under the Biden administration. So the sentiment for China won't improve based on like my current view of China. So yeah, Baba lah. I feel like Baba, I don't think that Baba will continue to fall like another like 20-30%. But I think there is a stop already, like what Chicken said way back. So there's a bottom already because they know that's the pain point for the Chinese government. So from current levels, I think it's probably about 80 plus now. Maybe it will drop to at most 70 plus, but I don't think it can go up like a lot this year. Yeah, so that's my bearish pick.
Comment from Chicken.
Not
Interested
much.
to know.
Kelvin, when did Baba revenue drop? Can I check?
Let me just pull my source for you. And let me just share screen. Hi.
I think this one is because they convert to US dollar, right? Then you are unmute. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that lah.
So it's net income lah.
Net
Not
income,
revenue, right?
Net income, revenue, free cash flow lah.
I think revenue never dropped. It's just the conversion to US dollar. You need to change to the base currency.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
my sentiment is
Okay.
that lah. Yeah.
Can. Okay. Anything else? Oh, right. S&P 500 index prediction. S&P 500. Eric, now it's at, what is it at? Let me check. 5,900 points.
5,900.
Yeah.
6,000.
Means this year go up what? 6,000, 5,009 is what?
Flattish.
1%, 1.7%. Flat.
I'm so bearish.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken? Kelvin?
I'm bullish. Maybe up another 10%.
6.4.
Around there lah.
Okay.
But it might go up first lah. It might go up in the beginning, then somewhere in the middle, it will drop back down.
But it doesn't matter. We are counting at the end December, right?
Right, around.
Yeah, Bunti?
Since most of you bullish, I take the other side now. I take negative, negative 20%. The reason why, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, right? Say, for example, trade war, and then, surprises, things that we never see. Maybe another pandemic come. I don't know. Let's come, it's a prediction, wild prediction, 20% down.
Okay, so that's 4,007, right?
Yep, I don't know. I didn't count.
4,007.
Will Bundy have skin in the game?
My skin in the game is my portfolio, which is
Okay.
still invested. But I have more cash, so you can call it skin in the game. If I'm fully invested and call it like a bearish view, then a bit inconsistent, right? But I have cash, ready to deploy after the 20% down.
Okay, so
Okay.
since one gets flat, One guess up 10%, one guess down 20%. So there's no mega bull, right? So I guess up 25%. Like up 20%.
Oh,
Okay, so you'll go to 7,000 points.
Okay.
Okay, so that's our guess. STI? No, STI is what? No, I tell you, triple 20% back to back, right? I tell you, people confirm stun one. Usually, Elon say what? The most, what outcome? I forgot already. He said something along that lines.
most unlikely is
Yes, the most unlikely. Wait, let me Google. No, the most entertaining outcome is the most likely.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, STI. Currently, the STI index is at 3,008, and we are near, actually, we are at all time highs 3,800 to 3,900 points. So I think specifically to the STI index, it has mostly been carried by the banks. I'm not too sure since a lot of you are quite bearish on REITs, right? It could continue weighing down the STI. But anyway, Eric, do you have a price target on STI?
3,005.
3.5. So you expect it to drop around 12%.
Yes.
Right. Kelvin?
I also think it would drop.
Wow, we have two bears here already. Like Kelvin, price
Not as bearish as Eric lah. Eric say
Okay.
how much? 10%.
3,005. Yeah.
Maybe 5%.
5%, 3,007.
Yeah.
Okay. Bunti?
5,000. Confirm. This
5,000
one.
means 5,000 means it's up 25%.
Yeah, something like that. So this
Okay.
one is like it ranged about for many years, right? Even to the extent that people call it super terrible index. So and I think there's a lot of effort locally, right? Try to boost these Singapore local markets, and we do see some initiatives. Say for example, even some Chinese tech also now they are listed in Singapore exchange, right? So I think all this actually will bring more attention to the local markets. I think this is good.
Cannot trust Chinese tech. You
No,
ask them
I'm not saying that the whatever that's listed, those are the good one. I'm saying that there's really a legit effort is trying to boost the local stock market. So I think all this initiative will continue. And then even there's some talk about like CPF should invest the money in local stock market, right? I don't think that will happen. It's just that once people have the intention to try to boost up the market, right? Then there will be continuous effort to do so. And since the index already break all-time high, right? I think this one will continue. It will have another run, and it could be, like what I'm talking about, like 20+% return for 2025. That's my predictions. So 5,000.
Okay, sounds great. For myself, I'm kind of neutral, but I don't want to put a flat price target. So I'll just slightly bullish. I'll put it at 4,002, 4,003. So hopefully all the SGX uncles and aunties will hot together. Okay, I think with that, is there anything else that we want to discuss? So for those of you who are interested,
Predict housing.
housing meaning HDB.
Yeah, Singapore housing.
Although, how to predict this one?
Like a year on year also. Like how high will the HDB index rise up or go down?
This one can I abstain? I have no subject matter knowledge at all. But you can start.
You
kick
where
the
got
ball.
no subject matter.
I don't track the pricing because I'm not in the market to buy. Actually, now I think only you having a very vested interest. I think the three of us all don't really care.
Just guess ma.
Guess lah, you guess lah.
Yeah. I guess up and 7%. Up 7%.
What index do you use to track this?
I think the HDB one.
So HDB up 7%.
Yeah, because private. Private I think lag HDB a little bit, 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Punti and Kevin want to guess? Punti?
Yeah, I think for me, my prediction is that it will be flat. Okay, anything close to like very close to zero, okay. And I want to add that there will be cooling measures that come out, and liquidity could reduce. Okay, so that's my. I don't want to like give how much. I also don't know how to measure these kind of things. But I think the hot property market is already become topics that opposite of Singapore market, right, where people want it to what, right, but housing as it go too high, people will complain the high housing prices. So I think there will be policy to try to tame down, try to cool off this market. So I think it won't drop because it won't be to the extent that people need to like panic sell their houses, right? So it will just stay at like 0% kind of return, not changing. But liquidity will be affected once the cooling measures come out. That's my prediction.
PE is coming in 2025 also, right? I think. So Kelvin?
I think it will go out. There will be cooling measures, but it will just slow down, but it won't slow till it's flat. So I'm a bit like Eric's prediction.
So are we gonna peg you to a number?
No.
Oh, so it's going up but slow down,
Yes.
but won't flat. Wow,
Yes.
that's a very good explanation. Okay, I will abstain from this because I'm not in the game. So with that, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below, and we'll check in with you guys again in 2026. With that, we'll see you in the next video.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.